Hi everybody, it is Melissa. I am back to you during Italian Heritage Month. I am here to show you one of my favorite antipasti. I think it is something that should be in every Italian cook's repertoire. It is the rice ball, also known as an arancini or a supli. It's a fried rice ball of deliciousness. So I'm going to make it very easy for you. I think it's something that a lot of people find daunting when they think about it, and it's easy to get it in a pizzeria or your local salumeria, but when they come hot out of the oil in your own kitchen, there is nothing like it. So I'm going to show you how easy they are to make. You can freeze them. You can stick them in the refrigerator. It's a great lunchbox snack. All right. I'm trying to sell the rice ball.
Everybody knows what a rice ball is.
All right. Okay. So, all right. I got a little ambitious, and I started preparing the rice. I use arborio rice. I think it helps to keep them nice and compact. So what I do is I boil 2 cups of arborio rice with about 5 cups of chicken stock. You can also use vegetable stock. I would not recommend beef stock because it's going to make everything look brown, and that's not good. So once the rice is boiled, it will absorb all of the soup broth, and it gets kind of sticky, which is what you want. You want it to cool down. That's next. You want to cool it down. I have added a bunch of chopped parsley. I didn't measure it. I don't measure it. It's fine. To this, we'll also add 3 beaten eggs. Okay. This will be the binding. And then we want to add a copious amount of grated cheese. Yes, I keep a container of Lavotti's pre-grated cheese in my refrigerator. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
what kind of cheese is it?
this is grated Parmigiano.
All right.
Sometimes I use Pecorino Romano. It's whatever I have. I'm not ashamed to say it. Sometimes when you're making a meatloaf, meatballs, rice balls, you don't want to stand there and grate and grate and grate. That's good most of the time. Sometimes you just want to get your rice balls cooked. You just want to get it done. So now we're going to mix together all of the ingredients. There you go. See, now we'll see the eggs will start coming out. There were a couple of little clumps of cheese, so we'll break that up as well.
Not that it's a bad thing if you get a clump of cheese.
There's never, no one is ever disappointed with a clump of cheese. This is true. This is true. But as you can see, it's kind of stiff, which is good. You want that because it'll just make it easier for you to form your rice balls. Now, out of 2 cups of rice, this is the amount that you'll get. This looks like about 4 cups at this point. And you will make them in the size that you like. That's up to you. They're your rice balls. If you're making them, let's say, as a little lunch, you'll make them bigger and serve them with a little salad. If you're making them as part of an antipasto table, then maybe you'll make them a little smaller. But again, totally up to you. Sometimes I start off a little smaller and then I get bored, so they get bigger. Don't shoot me. It is what it is. And like I said, it's my kitchen. They're my rice balls. I'm going to do it how I want to. All right, 1 second. I just want to I forgot I need a little bit of water. You want to keep some cold water so that you can wet your hands.
Cold water.
Cold water. You wet your hands so that the rice doesn't stick so much. We've got some cut up small fresh mozzarella, and we're going to stuff that little bit of goodness inside the rice ball. So I'm going to show you a few. And I'm going to take my hands are impeccably clean. I had just washed them. So, wait. See, I forgot already. Look. Okay, so now the hands are a little wet, Now, you take some rice, okay? Now, you make a little well in the middle, and you take some cheese, and you put it in there. These are little bocconcini, but sometimes if you leave them whole, they don't necessarily melt well. See what you do? And then you just cover it up rather with the rice. If you see that it's not completely covered, you just add a little more rice. It's not complicated. This is not a tough thing to do. Everyone should at some point in their life make their own rice balls. And there you go.
Here, let's see.
There you go. Now, I'll do one more. Right, watch your hands. You make a little well in the middle. And of course, while you're making these at home and you're not making a video, you should have Frank Sinatra or Louis Prima playing in the background. It just makes them taste a little better in the end. See? Then you just close it up, and then I also salted before the camera went on. I also salted the chicken. Now, of course, the chicken stock, I usually have fresh in the freezer that I just defrost and use for things like this. But no one's going to kill you if you use a box or even a bouillon. As long as they are well seasoned, that's all that matters. So I'm using a full bocconcini that's been cut into quarters. But if you have a whole mozzarella, you just cut it up into little pieces. No problem. There's no problem. Okay? Now, I'm not going to bore you with watching me form all of these. So what I will do next is show you, let's move this aside. Let's show you what happens next. Now comes the breading, okay? So what we will do is flour, egg, breadcrumb. I'm using seasoned breadcrumbs. Don't kill me, don't talk about me. It is what it is. Sometimes you need to be quick. You need the convenience of seasoned breadcrumbs. These are Progresso. I think they're fine, and certainly for something like this. I also keep plain in the pantry as well, and you can season them however you like. That's when you feel like you want to be fancy. Whatever. Here's some flour. This is also salt. There's a little salt and pepper. There's a little salt and pepper in here. So that as you move along, you keep layering layers of flavor. I said layer twice. I know. So, get this off my hands. And what we're going to do is transfer them to a baking sheet that has a cookie rack on it. And this will, after you form everything and then you bread them, you're going to put them on a cookie sheet. This way air circulates all around, and you're going to leave them for at least a half an hour. They're going to dry out a little bit, which helps with the frying later. All right, so let me have a sip here. And what are we drinking, John?
Well, we have a Chianti Reserva 2017.
It's nice.
It's nice. A little young.
It's a little young, but
it's okay.
Somebody should be. It's not us. Okay, so now we're going to take our rice ball. Now, there is a technique to this where, you should have one wet hand and one dry hand. At some point along the way, it is inevitable that I have two wet hands. But what are you going to do? All right, so we dipped it in the flour. You toss it back and forth to get the excess off. Then you go into the egg. You want to make sure that it's all coated. You want a nice crust, a nice base for the breadcrumb, which will then later form a crust. So now this hand is wet, now this hand is dry. So, see what I'm doing here?
Very nice.
All
Nicely
right.
done.
All right. It won't last, but for right now, you know, hopefully I'm impressing someone. Okay. And then before you put them in the oil, you'll reshape them a little more. Okay? Okay. And then that goes onto your drying rack. So we'll do one more. Okay? And what this does is the flour seals in the rice. And this is done with many different, this technique is done with most fried things, even with cutlets.
What do you mean it seals in the rice?
It seals in whatever it is that you're cooking. If it's a cutlet, if it's any kind of meat, or any other,
to make
or
it stick together?
no, it sort of like makes a barrier so that whatever's inside doesn't dry out
All right.
or leak out. Okay, wet hands. So now back to the egg. Okay, just make sure that you've got it all around. Wet hand, and then breadcrumb. Now dry hand. Okay. Who doesn't love a rice ball? And if you'll remember, a few weeks ago when we did our little San Gennaro festival here, there wasn't one left. And everyone said, "Oh my God, you made rice bowls?" Yeah, I made them. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. Everybody should make rice bowls. That's what I say. Okay, so now we're going to do one more. And then I will go back, finish forming everything, and then we'll be back to fry and dig in. Okay, so into here, give it a little shake. All right?
Yeah.
Here we go, wet hand. Okay, into breadcrumb. Your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors that come by, everybody. They will be very, very grateful that you took a little bit of time to make them a fresh rice ball. This is an act of love. Okay.
All right.
There you go. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're back. We have fried up the majority of our rice balls, and these are the last two coming out. If you do not have a deep fryer, I suggest you get one. They're not expensive, and they are invaluable for all kinds of things, such as rice balls, potato croquettes, streufeli, fried shrimp, all kinds of stuff. Keep in mind, I fried all of these. Look at how clean the paper towel is. There is precious little oil left, which means that these are not oozing
Precious little what?
olive oil. So the oil was the right temperature, and it crisped them up. And
You say oil funny.
I say oil. I say a lot of things funny. I'm from Staten Island. What do you want from me? So very little oil, which
That is
means
actually
you do
pretty
not have a greasy product. Is my point.
What about chicken cutlets? Can you put them in there?
You know what? If you do one at a time, you absolutely can. Okay, so now what we have here is one regular rice ball. This one, this is going to be live. I made a little concoction. I used some lamb sausage that I sauteed and added it to some of the rice. So let's see what happens. So we're going to cut into this one.
This is the regular one?
This is regular, I guess. There you go. Well, the cheese is not that melted.
It's not that melty.
It's not that melty.
What happened?
You know what? All right.
This is a disaster.
This is a disaster. It's not a disaster. It's not a disaster.
This is it. All right, go ahead. Let's do this one.
And let's do this one. But do you hear the crisp? And it's not, well, you know what? It could be I put too much rice. Or the temperature was too hot and it browned before it melted. So let's try it anyway. This is live, it's unscripted, and sometimes your mozzarella doesn't melt all the way. And if you really are upset about it, you throw it in the microwave for a half a second or in a warm oven.
This is like when Geraldo Rivera opened up Al Capone's vault.
I'm feeling like Geraldo right now. But you know what? It's delicious. It is delicious. And you know what? No one is going to, if you made these for somebody, no one is going to have a problem with it. So I'm going to make you taste it.
Yeah?
Oh, get in there.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Good work.
All right? This is what I'm saying. All right. So, you know, we've got a melting issue. We can work on that. That doesn't usually happen. So, of course, because this is being filmed, that's the problem.
Yeah, the parsley makes a really nice flavor in there.
Absolutely. It freshens it up. Now, here is our lamb sausage. Do you want me to take this and then you can...
If you're going to turn the camera onto what's behind me?
Oh, yeah, no, you don't want to see that. Here we go. Try this one. Now that has lamb sausage.
Holy shit.
This is PG-13, my friend. Oh. So now, what are we drinking with this?
Show me this. Show to the camera. No.
Oh,
No?
well, I want to eat it.
No. Clearly.
That's it. Holy cow. So we've got little bits of lamb.
Right, stop moving it. Turn it.
Little bits of lamb.
That's delicious.
And you have some mozzarella that did, you know, now, there are a lot of reasons why the mozzarella maybe did not melt, but we're not gonna harp on it.
Can it be that your oil was too hot?
The oil, yes, exactly. I was having a little trouble with my deep fryer, so it could be that. And with this, we are drinking a lovely Lambrusco. I love a Lambrusco on its own. I could drink this whole bottle like it's soda. What I love about it with fried food,
you're drinking, though.
Yes, this one we opened, it was meh. It was meh. So we put it aside because we're very fancy people, and we happen to have another bottle, and we open this because what do we care?
This one's 100% Lambrusco grape.
That's right.
Grasparosa di Castelvetro.
And this one
to the other one, which is a blend.
Has a little more depth to it, and with fried food, when you have something that's got a little effervescence to it, it really brightens it all up. And it's a nice Saturday afternoon lunch. So if you put out a platter of rice balls, throw them in the oven as you're cooking, so they stay warm, with a nice salad on the side, a bottle of Lambrusco, you're good, you're good. You did a good job for people. Everyone's gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'm having another piece because this one, I'm gonna do this again. I have to go and buy more lamb sausage. That is crazy, crazy good. Plus it adds a little more texture.
All right.
That's it. You're just gonna stand here and watch me eat all of this, and that's boring. So we're gonna shut it down. And until the next time.
Your microphone.
My microphone.
Okay, shut it down.
All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye. All right, we're back again. Alternate ending. I put the rice balls in the oven at 400 degrees for about 8 minutes. I was a little stressed out about the non-melting mozzarella. So let's do this again and see what happens. Much better. We've got a little pull there. We've got a cheese pull. That's what we were looking for. I can sleep tonight now. And this also means what? That we get to eat more rice balls.
Nice.
Lucky us. So now here's one of those sausage babies.
Wow.
Yep, and we've got a cheese pull. Look at that, look at that. All right, so basically, the moral to this little experiment, and not really a mistake, but whatever, If you make your rice balls earlier in the day and you're going to serve them for a party, once you put them in the oven, they're gonna melt. It's all fine. The main point is that you don't want to over brown them. And you don't wanna have your oil low enough that they're going to sit in not very hot oil and they're just going to take on a lot of oil. You don't want a greasy rice ball. So we're gonna try this again. Would you like to come and try them?
I would like.
All right, come on over. I'm going for this lamb one again because I really like them. I think this was a great, you need a fork, knife rather?
Yeah.
I think these are crazy good.
Is it very
A little
hot?
different,
Looks
yep.
very hot.
Now, of course, you know the Sicilian rice ball, which has the chopped meat and peas in it,
Yes.
right? This, if you do something like this and incorporate it into the rice, it makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to fill the little cavity with the meat mixture, right?
Holy smokes.
Right?
Yeah, that's really good.
All right?
You know
We've
what's good?
recovered?
You know what? Yeah.
We've
You know what's
recovered.
good
All
is
right, good. I
the,
feel good about it.
I'm very impressed with the parsley and the sort of a very herby. Mm-hmm. It's not all cheese and rice, you know. All right. Wow. Mm-hmm. Good.
I'm
All right.
boiling hot.
I'm boiling hot. Boiling hot. Very good. Well done.
Thank you.
All right.
Alternate ending. It was good. And that's it. We've got nothing else for right now. We'll see you soon.
We have-
Bye.